Let me get my picture first. All right. Hey, everybody. Happy November. It's November 12th. Welcome to the weekly call. I am your hostess with the mostest, Michelle Symes, area manager. And my job tonight is to give some updates. I've got my sidekick. Say hello really quick because I know you want to.
Hi.
Hi. All right, so our updates for November, last chance, 11/14, that's in 2 days, to purchase any of the 5 RE9 sets. Any of the RE9 event sets, you get 50% off as a preferred client, 60% off as a consultant, plus you get the free counterspot essence. Make sure you're reaching out to everybody and let them know about this deal, and make sure you purchase the ones that you want to, because it's a great, great deal. Also, the holiday I Want It All is, let's see, what's that? 3 days. On the 15th of this month, it is the last chance to get the whole I Want It All set at 50% off. It's a super great deal. I love everything in the set. If you haven't gotten one, I don't know what you're waiting for. Everything's great, like the tea, everything. So many good gifts this year, you guys. And it's holiday boutique time. Oh, hi, Gia. Say hi to Gia. What's up, BFF? It's, great gifting and holiday boutiques. Right now, holiday boutiques are like going off. So make sure you have that, at least one to have at your table, one to use yourself, and one to gift. Everybody's getting Arbonne this year. Of course, that's like the way to do it, right? Also, the extended $0 sign up. My gosh, you guys, November for preferred clients. Remember, it's $150 qualifying order. And they get, of course, the 20% off, plus they get the free gift, not free gift, sorry. They get the free shipping. But if they get a set, then they do get the free gift if it's a new preferred client, and free shipping. And consultant, it is free sign up with your $500 order, plus if it's a new consultant, they get the free gift and all that stuff. Also, the the Clean Swap box. That box is amazing. That is the best 3 items of the RE9 and of nutrition. It's a great way to get your nutrition clients onto the skincare onto the nutrition. That has been extended through the end of the month. So you can find that on the website. And then I love that they're doing this now. If you are born in November, first of all, happy birthday. It is your season. But when you spend $250 on QV in one order, you get to choose a free birthday gift from the birthday list. So I love that they're doing that, because, December's coming. It's my birthday. And last but not least, GTC. You guys, if you have not registered yet, you need to get on that. Get yourself registered. You can pay in full. There's also a payment plan. You can pay in 3 months. I mean, there's really you can do this. I know that a lot of people worry, how am I going to do it? Budget. You guys, it all works itself out. I mean, there have been years that this will be my 13th, and I've gone every year. You work it out. You figure out a way. You share a hotel room. You guys, if money is an issue, figure it out. Bring peanut butter and bread. If you're on the 30 days, almond butter, you can get a refrigerator, right? Also, you can stay off the monorail, like the monorail that takes you right into the MGM. It's great to stay right there, but there's options. That monorail goes right to the MGM. It drops you off right at the Grand Garden Arena. It's really affordable. You can ride with somebody. Just figure it out. Talk to your upline. You just need to get yourself there, because it's going to be a great, great year. So without further ado, I want to pass it off to, and if I missed anything, you guys just type it in the chat. But I want to pass it off to Catherine Kane, my fabulous friend, my friend since high school basketball. We were basketball cheerleaders together, you guys. That's a trip. She is amazing, and I know it's East Coast time. It's 11 p.m., but she's going to share her story. But I did want to congratulate her, because I know that, first of all, she's having an amazing month, and I know she's going to tell us about it. But yesterday, she finished her holistic health coaching certification with IIN. I am so proud of you. I know what a journey it's been, and I can just tell you're glowing. So I can't wait to hear your story, and you guys take lots of notes. All right, love you, Kathy. It's all you.
Hey there, everybody. Thank you so much, Michelle, for that warm welcome. And thank you. I know that there are a lot of new people here, so congratulations. And that's awesome. You made such a great decision joining Arbonne. I have been a consultant for 7 years. I'll tell you a little bit about me. Michelle Symes is my awesome sponsor. And yes, we've known each other since high school. And I think we still kind of look like we're still in high school. Yeah. We sometimes we act like it.
We just went to our
Yeah.
30-year reunion and we killed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we killed it, but yeah,
It was,
love you.
We did. We had all of our hair in our teeth. So it was awesome. So, well, I'll tell you a little bit about me. And Michelle said that, we're here. I'm here on the East Coast and it's a little bit late, but, Artie asked me and I'll do almost anything for Artie, but I really wanted to, and I do have a story to share and I really would love to share it with you. So, my name is Catherine Kane. I am a wife. I'm a mom of 2 girls. I've been in Arbonne for about 7 years. No, a little over 7 years. Oh my gosh, time goes by so fast. And I got started with Michelle, who reached out to me, even though she was all the way over on the West Coast. She had shared a skincare sample with me, and I really loved it because I was looking for something I was really conscious about ingredients. I couldn't find anything that was really good. I was shopping at like Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and all that, but I really found a difference. But what really knocked my socks off was the 30 days to healthy living and beyond. So that is, if you guys, people build huge businesses on it. I know that in Maine that they're really rocking it out of, knocking out of the park with their 30 days to healthy living and just all the results. And so we should be really proud about that and just everything that Arbonne has to offer. So I'll be giving you some tips after, but I think I'll just go on and tell you a little bit more about myself. I'm a registered nurse, and I have been for the last, this year would have been my 27th year. And I really loved it, but I was just so happy. I was working overnight just because it was a much better schedule for my family. And I'll tell you, the fizz sticks really came in handy then. But it was just, what was I going to say? I was just really thankful when Arbonne came into my life, because even though I was working those horrible hours, I knew that it was giving me like a way out, and that it was giving me hope. And even though things weren't going, as fast as I wanted it to be, I just was really thankful for having something else to focus my mind on. I was being surrounded by this really supportive, positive community, just really the people that I met through it. And just being in touch with Michelle again, that was just amazing. And just having this positive mindset. I always thought I was a positive person, but I never, I just really realized that I really wasn't, or that I really could have, that I really could do better. So I just got introduced to, I know your uplines have probably told you, personal development, such a great thing to have, because not only is it just personal for you, but it spills over into the rest of everybody else that you touch. And what you have inside you is really going to come out, especially when things are really hard, and you really need that all the learning and the growing that you develop. And also just giving you hope for the future. And no other job, if you a lot of you probably have a regular job, but just having that hope that that there is something better, that you don't have to, if you love your job, that's great, but if you don't, then there is something that you could probably have as your exit strategy, or you can just be not not think so much about the negative parts of your job, because you do have something fulfilling. Excuse me. But I know Artie wanted me to share my story, and I'm not sure if everybody has heard, but I wanted just to talk about how Arbonne had saved my life twice, and which is really it's my story. I don't really want to. I wish it wasn't my story, but I think it really helped me. Like the universe really has some like a sense of humor, I should say, or just really makes you want to, if you're getting too comfortable, it makes you move. Um, so a year ago, well, I guess it was, yeah, it was in May. I was having some problems with a fibroid, and most of us are women on here, and we probably have had maybe some kind of GYN problems, but it was really giving me trouble. I was having this day surgery. It was supposed to be no big deal. I'm also a triathlete and a runner, and I was supposed to run in this race 2 days after, which in hindsight, I was like, I don't even know why I talked about that, doing that, but I was very active. And so I had the surgery, didn't feel well after. Turns out that she made a puncture in my small intestine. It had leaked out into my belly, and we had called a few times, and it was just kind of something that they never thought could happen, but it did happen because it did happen to me. So I ended up being in the hospital for 6 weeks in septic shock. I was in a medically induced coma for 11 days because I had to have 7 surgeries during that time. And during that time, it was just a very hard time for my family because they had no idea whether or not that I was going to make it. But because with septic shock, you do have an 80% chance of dying, but a 20% chance of survival. And I was in that 20% chance. And all that the doctors could say was, well, she's young and she's healthy. And so that was one way that Arbonne was, that had saved my life that first time, because even though I did spend 6 weeks in the hospital and I did survive, I think my conditions could have been a lot worse. And um, it was just, I think, also the personal development and building up your mind and knowing that I had, having all the relationships that I had built before, I know that totally helped me through that time, and just like the support that my husband got. So that was the one way that it saved my life. And so having just all of these products, and I'm just saying, like, the products are amazing. I don't know if that was like totally what helped me, but I know that it led me to making better health choices, and it gave me more energy so I could do all of the active things that I was doing before. And I encourage you to, one of the things for longevity that I learned in my health coaching class was just moving. It doesn't have to, you don't have to run a marathon, but just moving your body and just being around positive people. And that's really what we have in Arbonne here. I mean, it's just this, that's what everything that Arbonne stands for really and encourages. But the second way was, I was in the hospital for 6 weeks. I had built up a team. I had also, I had my preferred clients, and they were ordering, and I was getting a commission check, and I wasn't even, I was like half dead in the bed and just able to do that. So I don't know how about all of you guys, but I don't know if you all have another way to make an income that you don't have to be physically present for, but just what a gift that this is, and just this business model, and what it has let me do. And just so now I'm sorry, I can't even talk because I'm like half asleep, but just the way just what a gift it is. I don't know if you guys realize, like, when you signed up, I know that everybody gets really excited, but just knowing really what this opportunity, or what this opportunity does, it provides solutions for people, and then that also helps them for survival. I mean, it really can be life-saving. The income, the products, they just really can be life-saving. So, if I'm kind of proof about that. And I lost my screen there. But so I wanted you to just really think about preparing yourself. I know a lot of people were telling me, you're really lucky, you were so healthy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I don't think it was really luck at all. It was more about me taking charge of my health and taking, building up this business, just doing something that is totally different from what I know a lot of people do. And just taking a chance on yourself and just really, yes, living with intention. Thank you, Michelle. Yes. So it's about really going for it, I guess, is what I'm going to say. So that's one. Well, I'm going to talk about my tips. And if you have any more questions about my story, I will let you know. I mean, it was really very life-changing for me. As an athlete, I did, my life has changed. I lost a couple of toes because of the medications that I had. I like lost all my muscle, and it's a little bit hard to gain all that muscle back again, but it's going to happen. So, but this opportunity also, if I didn't join Arbonne, I don't think I would have been introduced to all these people like I had mentioned before, learned all the learning that we get to do, also enroll in this health program because I learned it from Blanca. So that was just, that was amazing, because now that focuses on prevention, and that's really what we can do. That's what we do in Arbonne too. We want to prevent people from becoming sicker and protecting them from using products that have toxins and can cause disease and all of that. So I'm going to go on with my tips, but and I love you guys too. So what I was listening to a SoundCloud today, and it was with Debbie Neal, and I think it was from, I don't remember, like 2016. And I was listening to it, and she was just talking about vision and how she had created a vision from herself from the very beginning. And if you guys don't know Debbie Neal, you have to look her up and listen to some of her SoundClouds. And she's trained at GTC a bunch of times. And I got to see her, I think, every time that I've gone to my impact training tours, because it's in New York. But she was talking about creating a vision, create a vision for yourself and protect it with everything that you can, because your vision is what's going to drive you, and what's going to I'm trying to think, to extend like to promote your commitment. I can't even talk. Yourself. And commitment is doing things even though saying that you're going to do things even though they're not really terribly exciting to do, or you don't feel like it. When you say that you are going to do something, you have to do it. And that's what being a good consultant is also, and being a good person is having integrity, saying what you said that you're going to do. But you want to keep your vision for yourself, because if you've been in this business for 5 minutes, if you shared it with 1 or 2 people already, maybe if you've been lucky, then they've all joined your team. But most of the time, people can't get your vision and what it is that you're doing as a consultant with Arbonne. But not everybody sees it right away, and maybe they never will see it. But having your vision in front of you, being crystal clear about it, is going to drive you and help you to find the people that are looking for you. And you want to keep your vision. It's your vision for yourself, for your present and future team. And really it's really kind of looking for your purpose in life. And that's, I think that's another thing. We're all kind of looking for a purpose. And I think that's something that helps us to really thrive. Another one is dive into personal development. And I think, I talk about this, and we all talk about this, and it's really, and it doesn't have to be like a complicated book, just things that are positive messages. I had the opportunity to see Gabrielle Bernstein in person, and she is amazing. If you don't know who she is, she's just really relatable, and she's younger So she's a lot younger than like John Maxwell, but she's really great. And she really talks about the power of attraction and becoming the person that you really want to be. And that be the kind of person that you want to meet is really what I'm saying. Oh my gosh. Or be the kind of person that you want on your team. And I saw a quote and I saw that this was great. It said, thank a veteran. And to really thank a veteran, because Veterans Day was yesterday, was to become the kind of person worth protecting or something like that. I can't remember. It made sense at the time. But she was just talking about things like attracting good things to you, and ways that you can do that is making your vision board, doing affirmations, positive affirmations. You don't want to say, I want money flows freely to me. You don't want to say things like, I want to be out of debt, because debt is kind of, a negative thing. But now I'm kind of rambling, sorry. And another thing is just really build up belief in yourself. And that's what, building up a belief in yourself, a lot of that involves showing up, and just showing up even if you don't feel like it, and just believing that, it's in a couple parts. Believing what you have to offer people is something for them and not to them. And I think that's what a lot of people get kind of nervous about. They think that they're bothering people, or they think that people won't be interested in what you have to say. But if you can believe in yourself and believe that, know that the right people are going to get your message, maybe not right away, but eventually, but at least that that if you can say things with conviction and really know that authentically that you care about them, then that's what, that they'll sense that. And really that is what I think sets Arbonne apart from a lot of other companies, because I just know, just getting spammed with like messages and things on social media, it's just not like what Arbonne does. I see other companies do, but that's not what we do. So it's, we're a really classy company. We want to keep Petter's legacy and his vision for what this company is. We want to really protect that. And so that's I think that's all I want to say. And I'm sorry, I don't have like a nice little closing thing. But I did have something. Oh geez, I had like this quote, and I have to find what it is. Sorry. I'm gonna share this one quote that somebody had posted, and I can't find it. All right, sorry. But just believe in yourselves and just be yourself, because everybody else is taken. So thank you for letting me share. And I guess I'll pass it on to Danielle, I think.
Thank you, Catherine. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you saw my in the thread, but I remember meeting you at my very first GTC and having lunch with you, and you made an impact on me back then. And that was before you went through everything you went through. And it's interesting to me because you're so calm about how you tell your story. But for those of you who maybe didn't really catch it, you guys, like she was basically dead for like 11 days. This was like a big deal. And you're not after that happened to you, I had 3 other friends that went in for similar, like very routine surgeries. And they all got sepsis, none of them as bad as you got it, but bad. And the only reason I mention that is because, a lot of what we're doing here in Arbonne, you guys, is we're really taking control of our health and educating ourselves and helping other people be educated in prevention, so that we can do things that will prevent us from needing surgeries. But there's always a repercussion to any medication or surgery or anything. And typically, it's not like what happened to Catherine, right? But you never come out of something like that completely unscathed. And we're just so blessed, Catherine, that you are here and that you're able to tell your story. And oh my gosh, it was such a scary time for your family and, you know, for all of us in Arbonne that know you and love you. So thank you for being here and staying with us, and for being the amazing leader that you are and that you're becoming. So I'm just going to close this out really quick. I want to talk about a couple of things. I didn't hear you mention it, Shelby, but you may have. So if I'm repeating, first of all, GTC, you did mention that, but the early bird pricing ends on the 15th, which I believe is Friday this week. So you guys, if you know you're going to go, register. A, it's going to sell out. B, it's $100 less now if you register than it will be on Saturday. So make sure you're registering, because I mean, at the very least, you're going to save yourself that $100, right? So with the payment plan now, they just make it so easy. There really isn't any excuse. And you must go to that conference. You don't, like, it's great that they offer the online thing for when it's completely sold out and there's no other way to go, but it's just not the same, so you really need to be there. So that's going to be my first call to action, is if you're not registered for GTC, register. And if you are registered for GTC and you have a team, go into your team reports and check and see who's not registered. And if there are people in there that are working their businesses, like, reach out to your team members who aren't registered and remind them. Sometimes people just need a reminder. But I also want to talk about tracking. I really think that tracking is important. And that was one thing that I was not doing for the first 3 years of my business, tracking like who I was talking to. And it was a huge eye-opener for me when I started tracking, to see the difference between how much Arbonne I thought I was doing and how much Arbonne I was actually doing. So if you had asked me before I started tracking if I was talking to 30 or more people a month, I would have said, absolutely. Like, I'm totally talking to at least that many people, right? Because that's how it felt. But when I actually started and so I couldn't understand why my business wasn't growing, right? And when I actually started tracking, it was more closer to like 15 or 20. And that was a big eye opener for me in a lot of ways, right? Yes, Debbie, what you track grows for sure. And one of the first ways it was an eye opener for me was, it was like, oh, I don't suck at this business. I'm just not talking to enough people. Okay, that's something that I can control. That's something that I can up. That's something that I can figure out, right? Because for 3 years, I thought I just kind of sucked at this business, and that I just, I wasn't saying the right thing, or maybe I wasn't talking to the right people or whatever. And, you'll hear it over and over again in Arbonne. You'll hear it from coaches like Coach Jerry, like, you just need more people. If your business isn't growing the way that you want it to, you just need to talk to more people, right? And it really does come down to that. So if you're not tracking, make sure that you are. We have a 30 Faces tracker. It's like super easy. What I do is I print it out at the beginning of every month and I put it on my bathroom mirror. I don't put it in my office where it can hide from me if I don't go in my office. It is like on my bathroom mirror and it's there looking at me every morning. And if it's like the 12th of the month and I've got 3 people, I'm going to be like panicking, right? And getting my asking gear. So that's one thing that I want to talk to you guys about. So I'm challenging you to go and print your trackers and really track and just be honest with yourself for a couple months. You can up your activity if you want to, if that makes you track more, great. But do it for yourself. Don't do it for us. Don't do it for your upline. Do it for yourself, because that's how your business is going to grow. And so that's my one call to action, is make sure you're tracking. And if you're not, put it where it scares you. That's right, Artie. Because it's like staring me in the face every morning. Like, I can't even put my makeup on or brush my teeth without looking at it. And at night too, right? I'm brushing my teeth at night and it's there and I'm like, and so that's my call to action, is to go out there and do that. But also, we have the holidays coming up, you guys. And there are 2 ways of looking at the holidays, right? You can be the Debbie Downer and be like, well, the holidays are coming. People are busy. Nobody wants to start a business right now. Nobody has time to host for me. You can say all of that. Or, and we know this is true because we see every year people who are rocking their businesses this time of year and everything is growing. You can be the person that says, people love getting together this time of year. They're looking for healthy solutions this time of year. They're spending a lot of money, so they need to make more money. They're open to ways of learning how to make more money. So it really, a lot of it just depends on your mindset. So what's going to happen to you over these last like 7.5, 8 weeks of the year, of the decade, is all going to happen in here. So you really have to make the choice to decide, is it going to rock for you or is it going to suck for you? Because it's whichever way you think, you're going to be right. So get those affirmations in. Yeah, see, Karina, you went into falls and you declared it. Right, exactly, you guys. So many people finish region, finish nation, December 31st, you know, like we hear it over and over and over again, you guys. Like, it can be whatever you want it to be, but you have to decide and you have to make it happen. So go out there and make it happen, and don't let the holidays get you down. Let them be the most exciting end to not only this year, but this decade, because it's going to be the 20s next year, right? That's kind of cool. So have a great night, you guys, and we'll see you next week.